welcome to Plastic Profiles. I am Agent Chuckles, and with me, as always, is
Steve, the writing dad. Dude, I don't know if you noticed, like when this came on, I wasn't expecting it because I was still listening to the intro music, right? So when it came on, I just immediately, hey, like you guys caught me doing something I was supposed to, like, oh, wait a minute, hey.
I thought you were trapped in the box. You're like, I can't get out of here. Doing the take on me. Ding, ding, ding. Take on me. Take on me. Anyways, welcome to Plastic Profiles. Very excited. I'm always excited for Plastic Profiles. You know, the more I do these, the more I've really come to better understand these characters that, yeah, I've read these file cards for 40 years or so, but you know, I didn't really, when you start researching these characters and researching what they've gone through, you understand better who they are. And actually it enlightens you in other details that they put in there. You're like, well, I never realized that this is why he's this way, or, you know, whatever.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Plus, when you're a kid, you know, you're a 7-8-year-old,
right?
You're like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah. Ooh, Navy SEAL. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but all right.
Yeah. Now, oh, good. Heathcliff is on. Yeah. Tune in next week for the Heathcliff podcast, where we deep dive into Heathcliff and Marmaduke to find out if they really truly were friends. I'm trying to remember that song.
Which song?
Heathcliff's Heathcliff.
I always liked Heathcliff, man. Such a tough
guy. Garfield was always my boy, but Heathcliff was
Mondays.
Heathcliff was sort of like if Garfield were Popeye, because everyone was afraid of Heathcliff, and I never really understood, because he
was the tough guy, you know.
He's kind of a tough guy, but he's just a little orange cat. You know, I think people are just afraid of orange cats. Generally.
No muscle, just round.
No, he was a hefty boy.
He was just round, man.
yeah. Well, to bring it on back around to Plastic Profiles, what we do here on
a circle, not a square, it's a circle.
What we do here on Plastic Profiles is we break down and analyze a classic G.I. Joe file card. Step 1. Step 2, we examine the corresponding classic G.I. Joe figure and compare it to the modern day classified figure to determine which of those two is better represented by that file card. Which one is more like the character depicted? That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then
there's more.
We don't just have one segment to do during our Plastic Profiles show. We have two. You knew that already because it's casting call.
The fan mail. I love it.
Please. I can only read so many.
But let's take it down a notch. Okay? It's starting to get ridiculous.
All right. 100 words or less, please.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna need a whole new server. All right.
Yeah, Google's calling me up.
I say, hey, what's happening here? Okay. Can't.
Yeah. My mailman's giving me one of those dump bins now because I'm getting snail mail.
I love the love.
Let's bring it down to an 8. It's at 12, down to an 8. It's fine. But casting call. What we do for casting call is we determine an actor or actress to play a particular G.I. Joe or Cobra character based on where the G.I. Joe or Cobra character is born by their birthplace. So today we're doing Torpedo.
I feel like I gotta go like do hands like Torpedo, like, you know what I mean? Like bring it Torpedo. Yeah, and an explosion in the background.
He is from Hawaii, so you're gonna when you're done watching the initial Plastic Profiles entertainment, you watch the casting call, you'll see who we chose to play from Hawaii. Who we chose to play Torpedo, the actor or actress from Hawaii. That's our one rule for casting call. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. Yeah, but that's our rule. There is no rules but the one rule, and sometimes we don't do that either.
Nope.
So let's get into. Oh, Torpedo's our first Navy SEAL, our first Navy anything, but our first Navy SEAL. So what better entrance will take us into that which is the Navy than Mr. Torpedo Le Aloha?
That's right. Le Aloha. I like it.
So here's his file card. He's from 1983. SEAL stands for Sea, Air, and Land. Code name Torpedo. File name Le Aloha Edward W. Named after longtime Marvel and Joe artist Steve Le Aloha. Primary military specialty is Navy SEAL. Secondary military specialty is demolitions. Birthplace Aiea, Hawaii. Grade WO4, Warrant Officer. So remember to keep in mind, secondary military specialties, as I've determined through careful analysis and in-depth research, really aren't a thing. Not really. I think that you can do something like that, but generally, that your MOS is your MOS. So in my rationalizing of these file cards and what this could mean is that the secondary military specialty is essentially what their other role is for the team. Because the team is small at this point, what else can they do to help the team out? Demolitions. That's what Torpedo does. Long story short, too late, demolitions.
That's right.
So then we get into the meat of this vegetarian's file card. Torpedo was a scuba instructor prior to enlistment. Attained black belts in 3 martial arts by the age of 19. Wushu, Kenpo, and Goju Ryu. I always say that.
Ryu. Like I want to say Ryu, but I think it's Ryu.
I think so. I think it's Ryu as well. Yeah. Let us know in the comments down below. Ryu. Don't just spell it the right way. Try to spell it phonetically, and then we'll know for next time. Because you just go, it's not Ryu, it's Ryu. Well, how do I?
Yeah, you know this is text, right?
We yeah, that's right.
The way you're
spell it phonetically, please. And also, while you're leaving a comment, please be sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. We try to have some fun, but we also try to learn you a thing or two, because we have learned a thing or two doing these.
I learn something every time.
Every single time. All right, back to Torpedo. He's proficient with the Filipino butterfly knife, Bali song, training records after SEAL school.
Did you ever go through that phase when you were a kid? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't do it. Like, you know, like I had that thing, and that was the coolest thing in the world. They used to make them, and then they got wise, right? Like, let's not give these kids fake knives. Let's put a comb in there instead. You know?
That's what I had. I had the
comb.
Yeah, I had the comb.
I went through the phase, man. I kept trying, and then you just wave it around, and it looks like you're doing something.
I actually did have a phase, but of something like that. But instead of the butterfly knife, I picked up 2 bootleg metal batarangs, and it was in Oklahoma. It was a mall in Oklahoma, and it was all sort of like swords and like bongs for tobacco use only. And they also had these. It was Batman and the Clooney Batman and O'Donnell Robin logo batarangs, and I bought those. I'm like, yeah. And so then later that night, I set up boxes in front of my apartment in Norman, and I was throwing them into cardboard boxes.
Did you do the turnaround throw, like spin?
Oh, I did every bat pose. And keep in mind, I was 22. I was not a kid. I was not a kid.
Past the age where that's okay.
Yeah. I'm throwing batarangs in the middle of the night in Norman, Oklahoma.
Crazy thing, and I know we're getting off topic, folks, but ride with me here. And at 22, right, you're doing that. People would have looked at you like, look at this idiot. Grow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hit 30 to 40, you do that, and you're a youthful character. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, right. Look at him. He's still I like that he has his little youthful spirit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're already, like, you're an old person already. They're like, oh, isn't that cute? He's doing something.
He's trying to stay young.
Yeah, he's trying to stay young.
Yeah.
I noticed that. You know,
and then fast forward to 47, and you're hanging your bedroom sheets behind you while you do your podcast, and everyone goes, "There's something wrong with you."
Like, yo, should we tell him? Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Don't lie, you're not married, are you? No, I really am, for real.
I promise you, I am. I didn't get this at a
Mom, meatloaf, meatloaf. Sorry. Yeah, I'm married.
She's real, damn you.
She's real. I swear. I swear she's real.
Whew. All right.
Yeah, that was an interesting sport. Actually, besides swords and bongs, they had like dragon sculptures and like there's incense burning, but you could buy incense there too. Are you getting an idea of the kind of shop I don't.
Yes.
I actually, all right. So we're fast forwarding to two years ago. My family, because they're real, we went camping, and it was my first outing. So I work really hard in the wintertime so that I can afford to do all this crap.
Yeah.
And so it was the first outing after winter, and we went camping and at this little campgrounds, and so I drink some adult beverages, and I drink a pop or two, and I'm like, "Hey, let's go to the mini mart." I don't remember what kind of little store it was, but let's just call it a mini mart. And I go in, and they have full-on samurai swords.
Oh,
yeah, for $20. So I walked out of there, Jim Carrey style with a big cowboy hat. I walk out of there with a samurai sword and some more adult beverages.
That's a good mix. Adult beverages and samurai swords. Like, damn you, little mart, for selling this stuff. Like, how did you do exactly what I needed?
So I bring all that up to say this: that trip and the trip with the batarangs have the same vibe. Same vibe. 25 years apart. Same vibe. So, folks, Torpedo.
That's the guy that you want at your party. Like,
because one, I got a samurai sword. Two, I got batarangs. I mean, why would they sell them there if they want me to buy them?
Yeah, I agree.
I felt weird. It was a gas station, like a full-on gas station with samurai swords in Washington State. Like, I couldn't figure it out. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh. So that's my Storm Shadow like thing. I put on the mantle, and that's my Storm Shadow.
Not all heroes are born.
Yeah. My I'm trying to. I've lost the word. It's my it goes in my Storm Shadow display. We'll just say that.
Oh gosh. Oh, when you're laughing so hard, your face kind of hurts a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. All right. Torpedo.
Oh. Training records after SEAL school are classified because they don't want to give us too much to have to read about him. They don't want to give us all the background information all at once.
That's right.
Qualified expert, most NATO small arms, NATO and Warsaw Pact explosive devices. He spends off-duty hours perfecting his fighting skills and marksmanship. Strict vegetarian. Regarded by his teammates as a highly competent professional, but has the personality of a cold fish. So that gives us a little background who we're dealing with here. So we know he's excellent in hand-to-hand fighting. We know he's got knife skills. We know he's got fighting skills. Chicks like guys who have a lot of skills. He also has demolition skills. Probably has bow hunting skills. And his favorite animal is a liger, bred for its ability for magics. Spelled CK at the end. So, all these graphics are brought to us very kindly by 3D Joe's. 3D Joe's. Ho!
Yeah, you brought it home.
Yes. I wish I could have done different camera angles for the 3Ds, like 3D.
Oh, that would have been, yeah.
Or held up the mic like Lionel does.
Why, when you did that, I just pictured your face painted like to look like a cat's, and just I swear that was the first image that passed through my mind.
Okay. So there's more to seals than SeaWorld. More to SeaWorld than... Established by President John F. Kennedy in 1962, the Navy SEALs are a nimble, elite maritime military force suited for all aspects of unconventional warfare. In this role, you will provide immediate military relief in crises around the world. Your duties as a SEAL officer may include, but are not limited to, conducting insertions and extractions by sea, air, or land to accomplish covert, special warfare, special operations missions. Capturing high-value enemy personnel and terrorists around the world, collecting information and intelligence through special reconnaissance missions, carrying out small unit direct action missions against military targets, performing underwater reconnaissance and the demolition of natural or man-made obstacles prior to amphibious landings, leading and training enlisted SEALs in your unit. Do you ever have a word that you always say funny because you heard it in a movie somewhere?
Where is that?
Moff Tarkin in episode 4, provide the target to your rebel friends. Whenever I see targets, I think of Moff Tarkin. I think of Peter Cushing. We'll deal with your rebel friends soon enough. I name the target a military target. Target.
Oh, Jesus.
SEALs operate not only as highly capable individuals, but also as members of tightly knit teams. Together, they train and work in all manner of environments, including desert and urban areas, mountains and woodlands, and jungle and Arctic conditions. Typical missions may involve insertion into a combat objective by any number of means: parachute, submarine, helicopter, high-speed boat, foot patrol, or by a combat swimmer insertion. Brought to us by Navy.com. Navy!
Mm-hmm.
I think
we got
battleships. I don't remember. Yeah. So the Navy SEALs are kind of the GI Joes of the Navy. They're sort of they can do whatever, wherever, whenever, however. And then we see in the graphic there, that's the trident. That's what they're all trying for here on the path to it. First, there's the assessment. So assignment to BUDS is conditional on the SEAL. I keep seeing A's. Assignment to BUDS is conditional on the SEAL Physical Screening Test, PST. Prospective trainees are expected to exceed the minimums. The minimum requirements are 500-yard swim using breast or combat side stroke in under 12 minutes 30 seconds with a competitive time of 9 minutes or less. At least 50 push-ups in 2 minutes with a competitive count of 90 or more. At least 50 sit-ups in 2 minutes with a competitive count of 90 or more. At least 10 pull-ups from a dead hang, no time limit, with a competitive count of 18 or more. Run 1.5 miles running in pants and boots. Now it's changed to shorts and sneakers. Under 10 minutes, 30 seconds with a competitive time of 9 minutes or 30 seconds or less. Delivering pizzas in under 30 minutes.
No matter where in the world.
No matter where. Yeah. So that's just the assessment. They have to do all that to figure out,
crazy,
can you go forward from this point?
Right.
In my mind, I'm like, all right, I did all of that. I'm a SEAL. They're like, no, you just started.
No.
Well, I quit. I quit.
No.
I quit.
You know, the crazy thing is that they say like a competitive count of 90, right? But a minimum of 50.
Right.
The minimum is 90. Like when you read it that way,
Really?
like,
Yeah.
it's telling you 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the minimum is 90.
The minimum is 3 pieces of flair, but they really want you to wear more than that when you're working at tchotchkes.
Oh gosh.
Or flingers. Was it flingers or chot? I think it was tchotchkes. Anyways, Navy Special Warfare Prep School is 8 weeks long. The training curriculum begins at Navy Special Warfare Prep School in Great Lakes, Illinois. Here, aspiring SEALs are given a crash course in the physical standards required to even attempt to become a SEAL. They're still weeding out folks. This is 8 weeks to determine, can you go on from here? They slap you in the face with the assessment, and then they go, you good? All right. They slap you in the face again for 8 weeks. How about now?
I'm just slapping.
It starts with the initial physical screening test and ends with a more demanding modified physical screening test, one that includes a minimum of 70 push-ups in 2 minutes, a timed 4-mile run in 31 minutes, and a timed 1,000-meter swim with fins in 20 minutes. The goal is to increase the SEAL candidates' physical readiness between the two tests so they are ready to move on to the BUDS training. Those unable to pass the final modified PST test are removed from the SEAL training pipeline and reclassified into other jobs in the Navy or death. It's hard. It's hard.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'll do anything.
Yeah. Just push me back out. I don't want to go back.
That's crazy, man.
So here we are at the BUDS testing, basic underwater demolition, SEAL, 24 weeks long. Training course that develops the SEAL candidates' mental and physical stamina and leadership skills. Each BUDS phase includes timed physical condition tests, with the time requirements becoming more demanding each week. BUDS consists of a 3-week orientation, followed by 3 phases covering physical conditioning. That's 7 weeks. Combat diving, 7 weeks, and land warfare, you guessed it, 7 weeks, respectively. Officer and enlisted personnel go through the same training program. It is designed to develop and test their stamina, leadership, and ability to work as a team. So you're going to see the same themes through here: stamina, leadership, ability to work together. These are all the classic landmarks, the classic traits of a Navy SEAL and a GI Joe. I don't mind saying.
That's right.
So BUDS has been controversial due to candidates' use of performance-enhancing drugs and a number of candidate deaths.
I just need this to get.
It's tough, man. Yeah.
No, well, imagine just having to go through the initial portion of it.
Right.
Before you even get into this, man, that's a huge accomplishment, man. I can imagine the pressure you might feel. Oh.
I mean, as a baseball fan, the steroids, there was use for building up so they can hit the home runs, but a lot of times it was used just so they can recover from their workouts and things like that. And that's, I'm going to guess, probably more what it was used for here.
Yeah.
For that physical recovery from step to step, because I'm sure they're not given 24 weeks of training and then 24 weeks off to recover from it.
Right.
I think it's probably like, all right, next day, let's go.
Let's go.
Chip, chop, chip.
No days off.
Yeah. So that was 24 weeks. So we got parachute jump school is 3 weeks. Upon successful completion of BUDS, SEAL candidates go on to receive both static line and free fall training at Tactical Air Operations in San Diego, California. The accelerated 3-week program is highly regimented, facilitated by world-class instructors, and designed to develop safe and competent free fall jumpers in a short period of time. Yes. To complete the course, candidates must pass through a series of jump progressions from basic static line to accelerated free fall to combat equipment, ultimately completing night descents with combat equipment from a minimum altitude of 9,500 feet with no parachutes. I just added that. No, but I'm not surprised to see that. Like, and you also have to jump 1,000 feet without a parachute. Like, all right, I mean, I guess it makes sense with everything else on there.
Yeah, like might as well.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, whatever. Flap my wings. But wait, there's more.
There's more. Oh my God.
SQT SEAL qualification training is 26 weeks long. SEAL qualification training course is a 26-week course that will take the student from the basic elementary level of naval special warfare to a more advanced degree of tactical training. SQT is designed to provide students with the core tactical knowledge they will need to join a SEAL platoon. The class will learn advanced skill sets in weapons training, close quarters combat, small unit tactics, land navigation, demolitions, unarmed combat, cold weather training in Kodiak, Alaska, medical skills, and maritime operations. Before graduating, students also attend survival, evasion, resistance, and escape training. I think it's referred to as SARA training, but it could be just SERE. I'm not sure. If you know for sure, please leave a comment. Let me know.
Yeah.
Make sure you spell it phonetically. Graduation from SQT culminates in the awarding of the coveted Navy SEAL Trident and granting of the Navy Enlisted Classification NEC 5326 Swimmer or 1130 Special Warfare Officer. New SEALs are immediately assigned to a SEAL team at Coronado, California or Little Creek, Virginia, and begin advanced training for their first deployment. So, yeah, you don't, hey, graduated, I'm a SEAL. I get to take a vacation. No, not
After
now.
all of that, after a year,
Yeah,
right, of training, you got to go in
no
more training. Like,
no. Now you get to go do your job.
Yeah. Congrats, man.
Yeah, it's rough, but I can only imagine how rewarding it must feel to accomplish
at the end
that.
of it and say, yeah, I did it. And,
yeah, goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember when I beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out, which probably
was
the
the
same
best
feeling.
Day ever.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Have a Polaroid.
Yeah.
Of me
Yeah.
with the controller and the game screen. Like, oh,
yeah. It was I'm sure it was very much the same feeling.
Joy.
Yeah. God bless little Joe. Little Joe? Yeah, something like that. Little something. The boxer's name.
Little Mac.
Little Mac. Yes, Glass Jaw Joe is who I'm thinking of. Joe.
Glass Joe was his first opponent. Yeah. With the big chin.
Yeah.
I love that's still to this day. That's one of my favorite Nintendo games.
I remember first seeing Soda Popinski and I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Oh man. What was the other dude? What's his name? Bull.
Bald Bull.
Bald Bull.
Was there King Hippo?
King Hippo, Bald Bull,
Don Flamenco.
Don Flamenco with his dancing move, you know, he would just
and you just hated. You hated. You could see his face. He was glad he was beating you up when you didn't know how to beat him at first.
Sucked. It was so hard. Timing right, man.
You could see it in his eyes. He's like, I am kicking your butt. And you're like,
and like he's like you're a peasant to him almost.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm calling 1-800 Nintendo. Tell me how to beat him. Buy me that Nintendo Power magazine. I need to read how to do this.
Oh my god. You know what was satisfying in that game when you get the wind up from Little Mac and he got that little power up and he was like,
oh yeah.
And it, he was like,
yeah, that was pretty great. So what the heck is a warrant officer? I've said many times, I've asked my dad many times throughout the years, never really got a great response. I secretly don't think he actually retired as a major in the Army. I don't think he truly knows what a warrant officer is or could explain any of it to me. Please leave a comment if that's a similar experience for you, because it was hard getting it out of him. Maybe he just couldn't explain it to me as a young lad.
As a young lad, he's like, I'm not going to tell you what this is.
Well, it's kind of an officer, but he's not really. He's higher than this guy, but lower than him, but in the middle, but they still don't have to listen to him. It was very confusing for me.
You'll get it when you're older.
So yeah. And right after that, we had to talk. So the majority of Navy SEALs, about 2,000 at the time of this writing, are Navy enlisted personnel, which is E4 to E9. They are led by roughly 500 SEAL officers from 01 to 010. There's also a small number of SEAL warrant officers, around 30, at the time this was written, of course, who rank as officers above the senior most enlisted, but lower than an officer. So a warrant officer, somewhere above the senior enlisted, but below lieutenant, somewhere in there, kind of a enlisted plus, maybe
middle management.
maybe an officer minus if we're grading on an A, B, C, D scale. While Navy SEALs are usually generalists, warrant officers are highly skilled, single-track specialty officers who are technical experts their entire careers. SEAL warrant officers provide valuable skills, guidance, and expertise to commanders and organizations in their particular field. The SEAL force is currently experiencing unprecedented growth in size and flag positions due to its critical role in the global war on terrorism. So, what does that tell us? So Torpedo, of course, is a warrant officer SEAL, highly skilled single-track specialty officer. So my guess is demolitions would be his specialty.
That's
blowing stuff up.
He's the go-to guy.
He's the go-to guy for blowing stuff up. So he's not just going to be point and I'll go there. He's part of that planning. So when they need a water mission of some sort, they need to blow something up on the water, they need to whatever. Torpedo is probably going to be along the planning stages, at least how I understand it according to these definitions. So there's a little. I'm not sure I ever used Torpedo like that. Also, not knowing what a warrant officer did. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. So I think I pretty much just used him as a swimmer. I think I knew what SEAL meant, but I don't. I mean. Well, we'll see here in a minute why I might not have used him on land so often. Here's his qualified weapons. We've got the M's. Now, these are just the basic ones, the modern day qualified weapons. These are not the ones that he would have learned back then necessarily. M16 for sure, but the other ones may not have. M203 probably. The other ones I'm not sure if they were would have been a thing for him. But today he would certainly know these weapons. The M16. The M67 fragmented grenade, the M203 grenade launcher attaches to a weapon like the M16 there. We've got the M240 machine gun and the M21 sniper rifle. Marked, yeah, that's a sniper rifle. Yeah. Those are all weapons he certainly knows how to use. Just well-rounded individual.
That's a tough guy.
And here's his card from 1983. We've got the front and back. Awesome. I'm going to call it Hector Garrido art again. I think he did most all of these, Hector Garrido. So I'm going to go ahead from here on out, continue to give him credit for all of them, but I'm not. If I had to swear on it, I'm not certain he did all of them. But in my mind, he did. So there it is.
Like he's spearfishing right now.
Yes. Yes, yeah. He just got launched out of something exploding, and then he's going to go spearfishing. Right,
he's in it. Like he has his eye on the prize.
Yeah,
he's about to tag.
Very determined look.
Yeah. Yes,
there's a propane tank in a shark's mouth, and he's like, "Smile, you son of a gun."
No, we don't need a bigger boat.
No, I need a bigger spear. Here he is, front, back, and all geared up. There is one error here that seems to be a leftover from Gung Ho. There are no grenades of any sort molded on his vest. He also actually does not even wear a vest. Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, what happened here. It's so unprofessional.
Yeah. Forget this.
God, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. But let's see. Maybe the rest of these are right. Let's find out.
I believe in you.
So he does come with a spear gun, such as it is. He does come with his scuba backpack, which if you're, I would have been 7.
Is it a spear gun or like what?
A harpoon gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as the host of a podcast that researches these things, I don't know. I don't know the difference. I thought they were the same thing. I didn't even know I didn't know, but now I don't know, and that would have been half the battle.
We're not the best in each other, so ask those tough questions. But I want to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, appreciate that. This is all gonna be cut out. Then his cool backpack with the if you're 8, you're using those as rockets. on his backpack so he can fly out of the water because seal. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Deal with it. He does have a knife molded on his leg. He also has demolition charges on his leg molded on, and he's got 2 flippers for flipping around.
That's right.
And swimming fast.
Well, his flippery. I
I'm
don't
gonna,
know where I was going with that. Yeah.
he's flippery. He's very flippery. I'm going to call it, though. I'm not sure this is the best loadout for a seal. Certainly at some point. But if I were going to call him a seal, I'm not sure that this quite does it. But we'll see. We'll see which one. We'll see what classified Torpedo's bringing to the table.
All right.
So here it is, the box and the box art, which is by Oliver Barrett. You can find more Oliver Barrett goodness on Instagram at Oliver Barrett or at his website, www.oliverbarrett.com. Yep, so there's Torpedo. We've got he's on top of a sub. We see some tube worms in the back looking pretty pissed.
What his flippers still on, by the way?
Well, he just got on. Yeah.
Oh, and he got on and the submarine came up while he was laying.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was swimming.
That's
right. And then he lifts up and he's like, oh.
It's that guy.
Yeah.
Guy. No wasted movements.
Now he's like, I'm going to stab this boat.
He's ready.
Yeah. And actually, his flippers have suction cups at the bottom.
Oh, oof. See? Always prepared. That guy.
ASMR for you guys. So pretty cool. This is the current style box configuration with no screen, so you can't see the figure inside. But don't get too attached; it'll be gone in a couple waves. So to plastic full packaging. This was their foray into plastic free, and they said, more people buy our stuff if they can see the figure, and to heck with the plastic free.
Yeah, I want to see the actual figure, man.
We want full on plastic. So here's the breakdown for classified Torpedo. He has his little MP5 weapon with removable magazine. He has his harpoon / spear / gun. He also has a knife, which is not a butterfly knife, but it's stabby. It's stabby McPointy.
It'll work, I guess.
It'll work in a stab. And he's got his scuba equipment, and it comes off, so you can see Mr. Coldfish himself.
There it is. Look at that face.
Yeah. And 2 flippers, so he can flippy. So
I feel like when he talks, though, he's like, his voice is like, I didn't know my parents.
Yeah.
Like, and everything he says is going to be depressing, like, or intense.
Yeah. Well, the Coldfish personality. So he's I imagine he's kind of a Debbie Downer,
The grill is on.
Thanks for noticing me. Hey, Torpedo, we're having a cookout. Propane's highly explosive, right? Be sure to watch all the meat thoroughly, or we're all going to get strychninosis. I don't even know if I said that right. Salmonella is one of the leading causes of death in chicken foods. I don't know. Torpedo, you're not invited, buddy. Should go hang out at Deep Six. So there's that. So, Steven the Writing Dad, which one of these is the most dynamic of the Torpedo? Oh, before we get into that, you may not be aware, but the Sunbow cartoons, that's the original 80s cartoons to you and I.
Okay.
Have given him the worst nickname ever. If you're curious what it is, I won't say it, but if you take the name Torpedo and drop off the TOR, well, there it is right there. You might say they call him that because he has a hankering for Subway. I don't know. So that's a little trivia nugget.
Oh,
So yes.
oh.
So which torpedo is your torpedo? Who is more Edward Lealoha than the other?
Well, all right. So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go with the classified figure. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
I think that it's better.
All right.
The thing is, if you look at both figures, there really is not much difference other than just the updating um, of the musculature. The weapons. I like that he has a face. It has an expression on it.
Right.
He comes with an actual gun to use on land.
Right.
Um, but other than that, there's really not much difference from the two.
Right. Right.
But I do like the classified one, even if it's just that one mission he just came from.
Sure. Sure.
He just came from the water.
Right.
But I like it better. I think that he's looking there, really, really dope.
Right.
I'm gonna go with that. The other guy,
Yeah.
man, I feel like they just didn't know what to do with that figure. Like they didn't know what to do with a seal. How to make them, and they just like, all right, we call him Torpedo.
Yeah, we need a diver.
Yeah, well, he
call him
wears
seal.
slippers all the time.
Right. Right. Yeah, I had started off by thinking I wasn't going to choose either.
Okay.
That I was going to pick the highly controversial. None of these are torpedo. But the more I thought about it, you can remove the face mask.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a weapon to use on land. Is it only? Did it only win because it's the benefit of that scale figure and current toy sculpting? Maybe. But I think that's probably, I think that pushes a classified figure ahead. If it were, say, between a 1/12 scale 6-inch figure or a 1/6 scale figure, the 12-inch figure, and you could change the clothes off the taller one and put on camis or something like that, I think that one definitely would win. But based on the limitations of the scale, they can't give you a wetsuit to just stretch on to this little, figure.
No.
So, I mean, it's not easy to do.
No.
I dress all my figures in rubber, and it's hard to put on. You got to grease them up real good. So I too also pick the classified Torpedo as my torpedoist of the Torpeduo.
Yeah, you ever laugh so much that you like backwash saliva, like it just catches you in your throat, like you just wait a minute.
What do you think's in the cup? That's gross.
It's so gross.
So gross. I collect it. So now that that's over with, we're going to go into something we call casting call.
Calm down.
Yes, casting call. Come on, kids. Come on, everybody. Come on to the window. Push up against the window.
Calm down.
Like 1900s homeless children style. Push up your face.
Why
what's going on in here?
Back in that time? Like
because they're little pauper
children. What kind of children do you have in Washington? Like
well, those children are all dead now, so that I can make fun of them a little bit. Please, sir, can I watch your casting call? No, get away from it. Yeah, okay. Come on.
Get out of here. Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
So, I think you went first last time, so I shall go first this time.
Okay.
So, to portray Mr. Torpedo Lealoha, I chose Mark DeCascos. I don't know him from anything else other than John Wick. I think he looks like him. He's a skilled martial artist. He's from Hawaii, which we know is crucial when we determine that it is or isn't a rule that we're going to follow.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that rule. I'm using that rule. I think he is Torpedo. He can definitely be a cold fish. as witnessed in John Wick, I think I saw everything I needed to know from John Wick.
Just John Wick.
So I challenge you to try to beat
oh.
me. I don't think you can beat me.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
All right. Drum roll.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Oh! Yes, I chose him. So I'm gonna elaborate on this dude a little bit more. He's been in a bunch of movies.
All right.
I can't name many of them. Okay. Like no. The first time I
The Driver. He was in The Driver.
The Driver. You see the little pic there. He was in Only the Strong. That's where I remember him originally from, and the name and the face just stood with me, even if I didn't know who he was.
Right.
The face always stood. So he was in Only the Strong, and he was actually a very capable capoeira fighter. You know what I'm saying? And the moves were pretty good. And then he's on Iron Chef as well. He does the whole Iron Chef thing. You know, you see him in the front, and he's all like this mysterious dude, like blah, blah, blah. He says some shit. And, you know, I mean, he says some stuff, and then everybody starts cooking. But he's the host of that show, and then of course the John Wick stuff. He's also been on a Netflix show, like a grandmaster of something. Everything that he does plays into the martial arts.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, when you got to roll, man.
Yeah.
That's why
I think he's perfect. I think he is the perfect Torpedo.
Oh, look at that. We were on it.
Yeah. Well done. Well, I think that does it for us here today. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Right like there. And be sure to check out our social medias. We all do social media things. Those will be in the description.
Yes.
And thank you for watching. And yo, Joe, everybody.
Yo, Joe, guys, like always.